Hey everyone, Mike Miller from the Herald Times, joined by IU basketball columnist Jeremy Price, previewing Sunday afternoon's 1 o'clock tip-off between Indiana and Michigan. You can catch the game on CBS and follow us on Twitter at MikeMillerHT, at JP Price. It's a big game for both teams. Obviously for Indiana's sake, you can't drop another home game after losing at home here the other day to Purdue. Michigan, on the other hand, they have not won a single game on the road this year, but much like IU, they're right on that bubble for the NCAA tournament. It would be a huge win for them as well.
The biggest difference is Michigan has some more impressive wins on the resume. Although, again, a weird team to figure out. The blowout win over IU a couple weeks ago, then lose at Michigan State, lose at home to Ohio State, and then a blowout win at home over Michigan State in the rematch. So this is a team that's kind of all over the place, sort of like the Big Ten itself in general. But from the Indiana perspective, it's kind of deja vu all over again. We were talking about Penn State being a must-win a week and a half ago, and now here we are, same position again. This is clearly a must-win. If this one doesn't go Indiana's way, it's really hard to see them finding a way back.
First meeting between these two teams certainly didn't go Indiana's way. A 90-60 loss up in Ann Arbor back on, I think, January 26th. That was just right from the outset a game that Indiana was just completely out of, just frankly didn't show up for. Just a really head-scratching performance up there. Game 2 where James Blackman injured himself, I believe, late in the first half, and just wasn't his true self. Really working back into the flow of things against Purdue. Wasn't very efficient. I think he had 11 points. I think he was 3 for 14, I think, from the field. But this could be a game where maybe he finally gets back into his rhythm and helps Indiana offensively.
Well, one thing you take away from that game, even though Indiana only scored 60 points in that game, they actually shot a very high percentage in that game, and Michigan is not a great defensive team. So for a team that has struggled at times offensively, or at least to find any consistency offensively, this is a matchup that seems to potentially work in Indiana's favor. And then what you hope is that Michigan has a little bit of an off game offensively being on the road, and of course you factor in a little bit of that desperation and urgency that you expect the Hoosiers to be playing with, and I think it at least gives them a decent chance at this one.
We'll see what happens 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Again, you can catch the game on CBS and follow us on Twitter at MikeMillerHT, at JP Price. We'll talk after.